Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Keystone virtual field trip. Today, we are going to be exploring the Arctic and Antarctic and talking about penguins. There are actually no penguins in the Arctic, which is the North Pole, but we will be talking about the Antarctic penguins. So, as you can see here, it's a little cloudy today, but if I zoom in, here is where I am up here in Western Pennsylvania. Our Keystone headquarters is down here in Virginia, but we're going to pull back and we're going to find some penguins. So first and foremost, we're going to go down and we are going to look at South America. That's Brazil. They speak Portuguese. Most of the other countries here speak Spanish. Fun fact. So down here is where we have South America kind of meeting Antarctica. And one thing I want to point out is that if I drag the sun, you can see that most of Antarctica doesn't get any light. So some of the outer areas are really where a lot of the animals live because it's a more inhabitable temperature and they have water that they can access along those outer rims. So looking at that, we're going to zoom on in and we're going to see if we can find some penguins. Right here we have Half Moon Island. That is a small island between South America, the tip of South America, and Antarctica. So here we're going to be able to get some actual street views of some penguins. So we're going to zoom on in there. Once we get down here, we're going to drag along and we're looking for this Route 1 and it should give me street view. I'm going to give a little bit of a closer look here and zoom on in. And street view available. So now I am somewhere where somebody set up a camera. And if you could look behind me right now, there are a bunch of penguins. So where these explorers, where these people who had gone to visit Antarctica, this is somewhere where they would be able to encounter live action penguins. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and zoom back out. Now we're going to zoom back out and we're going to go to another location where there are penguins. So our next stop is going to be the Galapagos Islands. So we were just down here and visited the penguins in the Antarctica. And now we're moving up here to Galapagos. So you see how much more north that is. So it shows penguins' adaptability. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom on in. So mostly the penguins live on these outer rims. So I think these areas here where most of the penguins reside along the coast. So they have quick access to water. Another location we find penguins is actually South Africa. So pulling over here, there is the continent of Africa. Going down here to South Africa. The penguins live along this coastal region here. Another location, we can go all the way over here to Australia, and there are penguins towards the bottom here, where it would be a little bit more cold because it's moving away from the equator. You can see all the red desert. This was where all of the Australian penguins would be. They're called fairy penguins because they're teeny tiny. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and bring us back on home. We have India, Saudi Arabia, Africa, and back to the United States, back up to Western Pennsylvania where I am. And thank you for coming with me on this penguin adventure.